Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in for our first episode of Shaking the Damn Table. I'm your host, Amyna Janel, and you can follow me on Twitter at Amyna Jay or on Instagram at a.janel94. And I'm going to introduce you to my co-host. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy David, or Dave, whatever you want to call me. Check out my sneaker and fashion IG at nikexdave, D-A-V-E. And check out my personal IG page, LITGIT__, legit. Twitter's the same. Stay tuned.
Yes. And I am Memri Williams. You can find me on Instagram at LaCocoCamino. And yes, the black way.
Okay.
And that was all I got.
And here are our guests today.
Alright, my name is John. You can follow me at I'm easy, like Dew_U on Twitter, IG, Snapchat, DEW_U. Check out my music on SoundCloud,
Yes.
Do You Productions. I just dropped a project on Halloween. And check out Jenga Jams on YouTube. Alright, that's it.
I'm Veronica Challenger. You can follow me on Instagram, ms.challenger, or my mentoring page, Challenger's Dream.
Awesome. So Shaking the Damn Table, if you guys are wondering what it is, we're delving more into the issues of the black community and black culture. We're just going to get a bunch of different black millennials on every week and just talk about issues that we feel like need to be discussed more within ourselves. So we're going to start off the show with our first segment, What's the Move? And Memri is going to start it off for us.
I do. If y'all would allow me to pull out my notes.
It's real casual. So.
Tell us what's the move. What is the move?
I have a few. I found a few very interesting free events.
Okay.
So yes,
the best.
so one is
thing.
it's called Leadership in the Magic City. It's a leadership panel, and it's hosted by the Birmingham Urban League Young Professionals. You know, this is your event for, you know, if you want to get out and network, as some of us do a little bit. And it's going to be held at the Civil Rights Institute on January 31st from 6 to 8. Like I said, totally free. Check them out on Facebook too. And then the other one is this cool artsy event by Real Life Poets. Real Life Poets is a non-profit in Birmingham that inspires young people to be outspoken and to write their own poetry. And they're having their 10-year anniversary presentation. Yes, and I literally just found out about them. Yeah, 10 years. They're gonna do that on February 8th, and that's from 7 to 9 at the Birmingham Museum of Art. They're gonna have a lot of cool stuff, you know, presentations, people doing spoken words, some art making stations, really everything. And again, like I said, it's free, so check it out. Check it out. Yes.
Free, most importantly, free.
Yes.
Good, that's all.
That's what we all need. And also we're going to go into our black businesses of the week, and that's going to be by David.
Cool. Okay, my black business of the week is a very good friend of mine. Her name is Ashley. Y'all might know, some might know her as Asher Cole. She also raps. Known her since like high school. Super down to earth, cool girl. Man, her business is she started her business from the ground, bro, and it's really like just to see the development, like just in a year, you know what I'm saying? Like she started from like selling a couple packages every now and then to like she's shipping boxes all over now. So you know, so this is definitely 2019 is the year increase for everybody, you know what I'm saying? And
I received that. Yes.
Yeah, all the bag for everybody, bag for cameraman, bag for, you know what I'm saying? Bag for everybody, you know what I'm saying? So just bags, bro. But I'm happy for her. But like, check out her IG page. Ashley's Famous Cookies is spelled exactly like that. Ashley with an E. Please go on there. Like once you see one of her pictures, you're gonna be like, I gotta order some. But she got a variety pack.
Yes.
I got the flavors right here. She got the brookie, which is the brownie and the cookie combination. Sweet 16, which is the sugar cookie. She got the lemon cookie. Strawberry crack, which is I'm gonna say this is a shaking. I'm gonna say this is a shaking the ladder approved flavor. This is my shaking the ladder approved flavor. Definitely the strawberry crack, which is like a strawberry cookie with white chocolate chips. Boom. You can't go wrong with that. The red velvet, another approved one.
That's
Top
my favorite
red velvet is one of the best ones.
I really need one of each.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm gonna get to that. And then she got chocolate chip. She got cookies and cream, oatmeal, and then of course we're gonna get a variety pack. We're gonna have on the show. We're gonna try it live. We'll try to make that next show. Couldn't get it today, but yeah, support her. Like I said, Ashley's Famous Cookie is a tag. Go follow her. Check out her stuff. Order cookies today. Boom.
Dope.
That's
dope.
it.
Nice.
So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and dive right in to the topic. So, our first topic this week is, what do we think is really holding back the Black community? And I know that's a very heavy.
Had to take a sip on that one.
I know.
Everybody could take a sip on that one.
Like, what is it?
So, you know, we have a lot of things going on currently. We're getting ready to go into the next presidential election. We have another, you know, presidential candidate that is going to be a Black woman.
Yeah.
This time going into the election. And luckily, we came out of midterms and we turned out those
It was
votes.
pretty good, yeah.
They came out pretty good.
We need more.
But going into this, how do you feel like where we stand, like what could help us as a community be protected? Because like in this case of Trump, we realize there is so much open area for us to be like exposed to, you know, all these outside influences and stuff like that. And even within ourselves, I feel like we've been fighting a lot and just been not on the same page. So I just wanted to pick the brains of everybody around. And what are your thoughts about where we stand as a community?
I think that, well, in regards of leadership and elections, I try to tell everybody, like, be informed, like, know the candidates, know what you're looking for, you know what matters to you. Does healthcare matter to you? Do taxes matter to you? What is it that matters to you? And look for a candidate that represents you. That's what I always tell people, because a lot of times we go into things. I know when I first started voting, like, I just went by name. Like, I went, who has the blackest name? That's who I'm voting for. And you know, that's okay. You know, that's how you want to do it. But I like try to stay informed and, you know, just read up on all the candidates and then have a few, like, okay, well, I like A, B, and C. You know, and that's who I'm gonna look for. You know, does anybody else do anything like that?
I mean, yeah, I definitely do. I think what's interesting though is just like how uninformed we are, not just about the presidential like candidates themselves, but about the process. So that like really stops people from paying attention,
I agree,
or voting or doing anything.
They don't understand it as a whole at all.
As a whole.
It's not really taught, I guess, but yeah, no one understands how to even go about it, so they only want to dive into it, you know, when it affects them directly, you know, so.
True. So, going back to the first question, do you feel like we hold ourselves back more, or that we have so much against us that's really holding us back?
I take both of them. Like, we already at a disadvantage. If we came in as, you know, working together.
400 points.
Yeah, you know, like,
we came in.
We already behind, you know, and so, and we not as a community, as a, you know, a race. We not making it easy on ourselves. We pull each other down all the time, and honestly, I don't know why. You know, I've searched for that answer for years, and my answer is I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's like there's no answer. I don't know, but I don't know. It's not. I don't know. I just don't know.
Talking to bring down. I don't know.
I feel like that's the reason why like this question was so important, because everybody feels like they don't know. Yeah. Like, and so when things happen, like especially with bringing up the death of EJ, since that happened so close here, and you know we all have been to the Galleria Mall before. Just like when things like that happen, then all these other conversations start happening. Yeah. But it's kind of like, yeah, we see problems, but what do we do about it? Like, how do we even go about this, or what is the root?
I don't know.
Cycle.
It really is a cycle. It really is.
You can't really break a cycle unless you go to the root of it, and
most people don't want to get to the root
Exactly.
of it.
They don't want us to get to the root of it.
Skate over it just to say, oh yeah, we touched on that topic, but it's not really damaging us. When the reality is, it's really affecting everybody on different levels. For instance, affecting the kids in school. So you never know when a shooting happens. Those kids aren't showing up to school 9 times out of 10 because it was a family member. Because a lot of kids in these Birmingham City schools are cousins, brothers and sisters and things like that. So then you get into this issue of, okay, do I reprimand all these children because they're not showing up for school, or do I give them care because I know that there's an issue going on? But then you also have issues of they maybe can't get to school because their parent doesn't have a car, or they can't catch the bus, or maybe somebody is sick and they're the only person who can take care of them. But nobody wants to go in and be like, oh, well, I'm going to help you with that. Or the teacher is going to get reprimanded because they're going to go help the child and it may be on the clock. That stuff has to stop. Like, where do you pass the buck and say, hey, I'm here as a teacher and educator, but I'm also here as somebody who cares about you. A lot of these kids don't get that. So instead, they're like, okay, nobody cares about me, so I'm not going to care about them. I'm not going to care about my schoolwork. So then you have some person who gets to the job place and is like, I don't care for the boss, I don't care for my coworker, and I'm just going to do my job, go home and do whatever. They don't care if that coworker is another black female or male. They just care, okay, I'm here to get my check. You ain't got to be friends with them, but if you see something happen, hey, say something. Be like, hey, I'm here for you. If you need me, I'll get you that ride. I'll help you find that other job. Something like that, but that doesn't always happen.
I agree. I think you're really hitting on like community. Like we say we're the black community, but what really comes with community is supporting each other, doing those things that may take an extra step for each other. And I know that's something I am striving to do in 2019. Is like, take that extra step, like especially for us, because sometimes if we don't take the extra step for ourselves, we just won't get it, and we end up with the same situation that we were in previously. And I think that we just really need to focus on supporting each other, whether it be our businesses, whether it be you need a ride to work, whether it be your mental health, or how are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you okay? Like, what is going on? Like, we really need to be a community. I mean, we were just talking about this other day. The Jews do it.
They do.
And they do it well, you know? And why can't we?
Every other community does it.
Yeah.
The Asians will move into a community, start a whole bunch of businesses. They help each other out, but then you get that one black business. They're charging maybe $20 for a t-shirt, and you're like, no, I'm not going to pay that because I can pay it somewhere else. But you don't know how hard that person worked to get that product to you.
Yeah, don't be like black products are like overpriced. Like, bruh, like
you guys
go buy
boost us up.
The more you buy them, maybe they'll drop the price later on.
Because we're clearly not gonna grow from the outside in. Clearly, the system is designed. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we have to grow from the inside out. Like, that's how you have the strongest foundation. And that's what we have to do more of. Like you said, it starts with like the little things, like just a car ride, or like, hey bro, can I get $10 for lunch? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just little stuff like that. We have to genuinely have each other's backs.
I agree.
Like, I feel like with my friend group, like we all have each other's backs genuinely.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
y'all are a group.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, your well-being. We make sure people in our lives too. We're looking after their well-being first. And a lot, like I said, I understand like there's a lot of trauma and everything that's in the generation that hasn't been dealt with, but like we really have to like push through that and like really protect ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't let them get, you know, we can't let them get the mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's
You know, it's crazy. Like I just made a video about this last night. Like I feel like just the world in general, especially the black community, like we don't have empathy. Like at all, like the world needs empathy. Like we got a lot of sympathy, but sympathy.
Some people can't define what that is.
Does nothing.
That is true.
I see your situation. That's sad. But until I approach that situation with empathy and put myself in your shoes, how would I feel if I was in this situation? Then I can help you because that's what I would want if I was in you know. And we too busy like being jealous and of people like, oh my God, like,
or like
look what
like you said, like you have no idea what it took to get there, like, you know.
It's not
we
always outside.
we gotta feeling for each other and want to help.
Yes.
Like, empathy is the word of the century.
You have to highlight the difference between that, because like I think like I was like talking to someone, and I was saying like you have to be like empathetic, and he was saying like I have a lot of sympathy for people. I'm like, no, I said explain that like difference, bro. Because like a lot of people don't know.
Sympathy is just
feeling sorry for somebody.
Yeah, like I'm sorry that it's just saying like I'm sorry that happened. I see it.
It's like
that's
the emotion
sad.
without the action.
Yeah, but empathy is like taking on that person's issues on yours. Like, dang, it's literally visualizing. If I was going through this, what would I need? I would be, then I like, it's crazy. That's literally changed my life. Like I've started approaching every situation with empathy, and I've started helping. I give people compliments just randomly.
That's right.
Like I text this girl like, bro, I ain't seen her in a year. Like I'm so proud of you for what you're doing. Like, just you gotta send people that, because
and it means
so much.
Yes.
That's so real. That's real, bro.
And like acting and stuff like that, we have to take on characters all the time, and you might be playing a villain. So you have to find a way to make that villain not a villain to you, because you can't approach yourself as the villain the whole time. Otherwise, there's no depth to your character. So having to take all that empathy all the time, you start seeing like stuff that's going on in the world, and you feel for everybody in the situation.
Yeah,
so sometimes even with like other stuff that people say, just like idly like wishing death on people and all this other stuff or whatever, like I can't do that, because when you desensitize yourself from this stuff, that's when you start becoming a part of the problem. And that's why there's so much chaos within ourselves, because we can say like, oh, okay, that's a bad situation or whatever, but whatever, until it happens to you, and then it's like, oh man, like why doesn't anybody care X, Y, and Z? And then it's just like a thing of we're never on the same page, because it becomes a selfish thing. We kind of got taught to only one of us can make it.
Yeah.
It can't be all of us.
All y'all can do that.
Put your team on, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody can
and
make it.
I think that's like the biggest issue. A lot of people in the Black community, they don't listen to understand. They're listening to respond back in the way they want to.
True.
So instead of sitting there and saying, oh, I understand what you're saying, why don't we work on this together? It's, oh, well, I did this, or my cousin did this, or we did it this way. And I'm like, hey, hold up. You didn't actually listen to what I just said. You kind of just cut me off and just entered into your own little tangent or your own plug.
Better.
That happens a lot.
Yes.
Get those people too, right?
And it's not fair, because you get that person who's like, I've started my own business. I brought this stuff from the ground up. I have a bad review because I didn't respond to somebody. But instead of that person going to you and saying, hey, maybe we can tweak this a little bit better to make your business better, or make you respond to your customers a little easier, you just say, I'm not supporting Black businesses no more because they don't listen to people. Well, how are they going to get better if you're not going to give them constructive criticism?
I don't even get why we stereotype it. And like, I feel like we put Black people in these holds for different stuff that we hold no other race accountable for. It's like when one person messes up in the white race on something, we don't say all white people this or whatever, but it's always like, well, all Black businesses or whatever, but we don't say nothing about the white businesses that been out here calling folks niggas and doing all this other stuff all the time. Y'all still be wanting to go, right? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, why do we have these like just stigmas around us that we can't break from?
Yeah, like it literally goes back to like, the mental, the change of like our mindset over time back in them days. You know what I'm saying? Like they did scare attacks, all that stuff. They did the stuff to control our minds. So like they made us hate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that generation still exists. That generation has still influenced today's generation. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if we hate ourselves, it's gonna make us like not want to see us succeed. So we hate ourselves. We hate them. We hate that person. We hate everyone. You know what I'm saying? They did create it like that. I don't even like humans' mindset. You know what I'm saying? And that's like infected like us, and you can see it still shows today. Like, because that's why we don't want each other to succeed. Because we're because we've grown to even hate our own people. And I thank God I'm not in that mindset at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I love life, and I'm trying to see everybody succeed.
Yeah. I'm like, just because Memri may have her business that does websites doesn't mean Amyna can't have her business that does websites.
Exactly. That's how it's designed. You like?
Let me just say that.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. Like, when people mention, oh, well, I make bath salts and body butters and stuff like that, and they're like, oh, well, so and so does that too. Okay.
What
I'm
this
like,
one work better?
can you not support both?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm like, not everybody's gonna put the same thing into every single one of their products.
Exactly.
I'm like, just because you see 50 different black businesses making different t-shirts doesn't mean all their t-shirts are exactly the same. They're not using
One
the
might
same
be made of a whole
supplier.
different story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I've seen one of the teachers I work with, she has this shirt that says I am Black History. And I was like, that is amazing. And I showed it to somebody and they're like, well, doesn't everybody else make shirts like that? And I'm like, no.
I
See?
can't stand that.
I'm like,
That's already.
I'm like, hey, that's
So annoying.
You're like, you
you
want
may
that.
have seen a shirt that looked like that, but she's a local business here. Why don't you support her?
Yes. We have, I feel like
crazy.
we just have to get that pride within ourselves. Like back in the day with our parents, they were so proud. Like back in the 70s, they were proud to be black. Like they were proud to like, yes, I bought this from a black person. Yeah, and would focus their intentions on finding black businesses to purchase from so that they can buy it from a black person. I feel like a lot of it just goes back, like David was saying, like we gotta love ourselves. Like we have to be proud of ourselves, and we have to be like, okay, we did that, it's great. Like it's great, it's great. But I feel like a lot of us, I won't even say, sometimes we can be quick to just turn something down. Well, this person's doing that. That person, well, I don't need that. Yeah. But if you got that same shirt at Forever 21, it'd be a totally different thing. Oh, it's from Forever 21. Oh, it's from Zara. It's so much better. No, like it's old Jamal down there made it. You know, like Jamal is turning up. Like Jamal is making t-shirts. Like turn up, Jamal. You know, Jamal is like, and I will go to Jamal and get my t-shirt.
You said Rashad. My brother's name is Jamal Rashad.
I would go to him and get my
dying,
t-shirt. Like, and I just,
that was the sign. He got to make show,
he gotta make t-shirts now.
Tell your brother.
That's not his day.
I was gonna say something though, like, man, I think like we got to get back to like slavery. We got to get like connected to what they were fighting for. It was for more than where we at now. Yeah, we free, but I think like we're not supposed to stop here. Like we supposed to be
so much more
at the top. Like when we realize like they would, because as we get further and further from that, years pass by, we get so disconnected from that. Like our ancestors fought for so much, and we were together.
Oh yeah.
And you know, and we're not anymore. But if we realize, if we just think, man, we supposed to. They fought for us.
Yeah.
We supposed to be together. We're not supposed to be divided.
It's crazy.
No.
It's crazy.
Like that's even the family dynamic. In a black family, most of the time, the children get to be 16 and it's like, hey, you may owe me rent, or you have to go get your own car and get out of the house when you turn 18. It's not like some families that I've seen that they can stay in the house up until their 30s, 40s, 50s, move their family in, and they're still one family in the same room. Like, I would rather live with my parents until I'm 50, give them their own little suite downstairs, have my family upstairs, but that means I can take care of them like they took care of me when I was younger. Like, I feel like that's what it's supposed to be like. You took care of me until I could walk, learn, drive, do whatever I needed to do to get my life. I left home for a little while, came back, and now I can take care of you because you did that for me, and you may or may not be able to do it on your own now.
Yeah.
It's
It's really, that's really the goal. It's all about generational wealth. You know, it's all about that new money. Get that money in the black community so that we can do those things. So that we can, I want us to own our home so that can't nobody come and take it away from us. So that we can have that home for me and for my mama and for my kids, and that's our house, you know. I think that's really important.
Okay. Well, I think we touched on a lot of good subjects so far today.
Yes.
I think there's definitely like we talked about earlier, like what was that, a couple of days ago, we said that you could really look at this topic and have like 5 million thoughts in your head about what could possibly be. And I think that just opening up the discussion and being able to talk about the things that we realize that we lack in as a community, helps us see where we could like take those little steps every day and just do better. And being able to be like, hey, we can go support somebody that we know. I saw you posting something on Facebook or whatever. Hey, I want to go ahead and buy like Rashad's t-shirts. I was like,
Jamal t-shirts.
Right, instead of going to Forever 21 like you usually do and just getting something that you
JR's
already own.
t-shirts.
Like, why not just go support?
I agree.
Especially if it's cheaper. Like, why are you going out there and buying something that's more expensive?
Because like I said, I know I'm guilty. I have ran to Nike, Apple. I didn't fit in my life. I didn't fill the white man's pockets. I have. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being real. So
we all have.
this year, the thing is, we can't help it too because like they control everything, obviously.
Yeah.
So they're like, we like our names and everything. So you're still paying regardless. But like for like we gotta really venture out and try to get into them local black businesses.
Fashion Nova.
Fashion Nova black owned.
I thought.
Is it? I don't know.
There's a lot of those
We know
bigger
Cardi has a
companies,
collection.
like Hot Miami Styles was started by like Amyna.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's a lot. Like if you like search like really deep, you can find out a lot of these companies that a lot of people are like, oh yeah, they look really nice. A lot of them are kind of black owned, a person of color.
Yeah, so man.
I'm like, but you do have to go out of your way.
mad.
And once you
Yeah,
find it, go pass it forward.
Yeah.
Share their page.
Yeah.
Share
Don't just
it.
sit there and
Always
be like,
tag them.
oh, I
Always
found
do
it.
it for
agree.
them.
Yes, give credit to the black people who do
Please.
work and stuff like that. Don't just like share stuff and don't give credit to them.
Yeah, like you just post a
Because-
meal, don't even say nothing.
Yeah,
Like, where
because
it's from,
I
bro?
don't like that. People work so hard and like, everybody knows black
You know,
people always got to work twice as hard to get
If
to
I
where
got
they
it, you
got.
can't
So-
have it. So I can't tell you where it's
Exactly,
from.
bro. They be like, where that from? Be like, a new spot.
I'm the same way. I don't like to, I got
It's always like competition.
I'm
kind
like
of
that too.
I mean, unless it's like an exclusive and they told you not to say anything.
Yeah, that's
Go
true.
ahead and put it out there.
Yeah.
You're like, I mean, I'm in my head. I may be like, nah, I don't want everybody wearing the same thing I am, but
Yeah.
I would
If it's-
rather support that business 10 times out of 10
I
than
agree.
sit there and hold it to myself. Because
Right.
if I'm holding it to myself and nobody's sharing that, they could go under, and it could be my fault because I didn't want to share it.
I agree.
Yeah, you could be
Yeah,
spreading
share it.
opportunity. You
But
still
be
have to
like-
do that.
Don't buy this though. But they make clothes.
This, but
They
go
close.
there.
It's understood. Like, this,
Go
come
get
on,
something
man.
else.
I'm gonna put you on, but this.
Yeah, just don't get this one.
Exactly.
Well, all right. Thank you guys for coming on. Give another shout out to Veronica and John. Thank y'all so much.
My boy.
And I also want to give a shout out to our videographer. Y'all can't see him, but Tyrrell Petrus. Shout out of AllStar Shots. And also, you'll hear the theme song, which was done by Rashid Lanier, and also our logo was done by Daesy Vences.
Also fire.
So thank y'all, and y'all come and check out the next episode next week of Shaking the Damn Table.